Hello, and here we jump in with a figure that I went looking for and I found, and then I looked in the same shop in like 3 different locations and found it in pretty much every single one of them. So, yeah, if you look in the right places, you can find it. Combiner Force StormShot. Just fold down the landing gear. Asda, where I found Blast Wave. Is it Blast Wave? Yeah, it's Blast Wave. I found him. Basically, look for the little Combiner Force stand. So if you can find that, that's where they are. If there's any of them, because I think there's only like maybe 3 or so Blast Waves, like maybe 1 Storm Shot per stand. It's ridiculous. But I found him in like 2 or 3 places yesterday, and the phone's going, hooray! It's nothing important, don't need to answer it. But here he is. He's nice little guy, to be honest with you. Very stumpy, very stumpy. Like there's not much to him at all. Or I don't know, if you cut these off, would he? If you ignored these, would he look like a more cohesive jet? I suppose. But then because they're there, they just sort of pad out the body a bit too much. Yeah, that's just. That does look like a better jet, doesn't it? That looks like a more, designed jet. Then you got these, which are air intakes, and they're definitely not the arms honest. Yeah, he's a nice enough little thing. There's plenty of like moulded in detail. You can see quite nicely the white in the wings. I don't like the way the blue just stops there, like really abruptly, and doesn't go any further. So if it had gone up the sides here, it would have made it all look like, it should be. Like it should be there, but now it just looks like painted, not painted. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Just some kind of like tailing off or something would have done it, rather than just like stopping abruptly. But then the back end is all blue, there's no hint of white at all, so it's like blue, multicoloured, white. A little bit weird, but and according to the picture on the box, which I haven't brought over with me, these little intake edge bits here, they're supposed to be blue, but they're not. And so, right here we have weapons. There's one weapon that can peg under the wings. They've got pegs on the side, and they've got peg for handle, which is actually moulded like they've got a grip. Quite nice. This is some kind of stumpy sawn-off shotgun. I don't know. And there's like a proper shotgun. I'm not sure. This is quite a cool gun. But you can combine them by plugging that peg into that hole. And now it's a bigger gun. It's kind of cool. So, it's not amazing, but it kind of works. It's better than Roadbuster anyway. Right, so it's got landing gear. Then the others is just moulded in there. And that doesn't roll. That's also quite difficult to get out. And now, possibly the worst selling point for this figure. That's just the entire robot mode, it's just right there. I've tried, the Combiner Wars figures, the jets, the aerial boss, there we go, I couldn't think of the word. I've tried turning the head round, but unfortunately there's not enough clearance, so it won't go properly with the head turned the other way around, so you've got to have it facing out. There's nothing that'll slide over it, which is unfortunate. And it's just like, head, arms, body, legs, feet. There's no hiding it, it's all right there. And there's no real surprises at all to the transformation. At all. So we'll get into it. The arms, here, they've got this little part sticking out here, this like raised piece. And that just tabs onto the side there. Pardon me. Just tabs onto there. See that? So you untab those, and then you can bring the arms out however you like, put the hands out. At least they folded the hands in, I suppose there's that. And then do the legs. Yeah, we'll do the legs first. The legs sort of half tab under this section here, but not very well. So it all holds together. It's just you'd have thought it'd like fit better, but it just sort of goes there and stays there, but it doesn't clip in, sort of thing. You do that, then you bring the kneecaps down because they've Combiner Wars like double hinge extension. But this is a bit different. It's on that sort of little L-shaped piece of plastic which folds inside and then folds out. It works perfectly well. It seems really solid. There's no issue with it. And these big tabs kind of go into the back of the knees. Sorry, the knee plates. Again, they don't seem to peg in like amazingly well, but they hold. Oh no, there you go. You just gotta line them up ever so slightly better, but they do hold perfectly well. It's not a solid thing. You can pull it straight off, no problem. But you know, split the legs and fold the toe out. Fold the toe out. And you know what? I do really appreciate having the massive thruster in the bottom of the foot and the tail as the extra heel. I'm not sure why, but I do really appreciate that. It's very G1 Seeker. And I like that, I'm sorry. I'm old, give me a break. And now, this is probably the coolest part of the transformation, which hopefully we'll see on more figures in the future, or variations of. You gotta sort of hold the sort of shoulder area and pull this whole nose section up, like that. At which point, you fold the nose forward slightly, so like that. And then there's a hinge here in the back. Is this white piece here? Which allows you to rotate the wings. And then you rotate the cockpit onto the back. So it ends up like that. Yes. So from all the way up there, rotate around, fold up, and you end up like that. Then you just push that down onto the back and tab everything in. There are tabs, they don't all hold very well. This one on the blue piece in the middle, that does. There's half-hearted tabs that go into there, but the joint's stiff enough so it doesn't really matter. And you get them like this. This is a part that I didn't seem to notice in the instructions, but the shoulders are actually on a hinge inside to bring them down low enough to get under the wings. But then you hinge them back, which is nice. And they're on ball joints so you can straighten them up and make them look tidy. And there he is. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry, I mean, there's a lot of it that's a bit questionable. Some of the design aesthetics, but it's pretty cool. And I completely forgot to do a jet size comparison. Because I'm an idiot. It's the same size as everything else. It's a like sort of standardized size now. But I did bring robot mode comparison because I'm not that stupid. There he is, with Starscream. So he's what? A tiny bit smaller, but he's a lot stockier, and Starscream's a lot, like skinny, scraggly. So near as damn it, the same size. And Blast Wave is a bit stumpier because Megatronus was quite a small figure, so yeah. But this was going to be my jet size comparison. I did bring it, I just forgot to do it. Oh well. But he's quite a nice little figure. He's got this really cool stylized face, like over stylized, like style over substance has gone right out the window. You know, he's got like these three little, almost like winged design on the side of his head, and on the side of his arms, and on his waist, and I'm sure there was somewhere else, I can't think where. But he's got just like this little wing style design everywhere, which is quite nice. You know, they put like this little aesthetic that they put everywhere. It's really clever of them, really neat. But yeah, he's really well designed. He looks really cool, to be fair. He does look really cool. A couple of these joints are a little bit looser than I'd like, but this is me being spoilt now. He's perfectly, perfectly capable of holding poses. They're not loose enough to make him fall over. It's just you start thinking, I could tighten that because I'm spoilt now, and that's how I think. It's like, I could tighten that. But he's fine. He does hold perfectly well. You know, get the gun. And if you're so inclined, you can, using the hinges on the shoulder, you can kinda get him to dual wield it. Hang on. I've had him do this. I have had him do it. You can kinda have him dual wield it, but it looks really ever so awkward. But failing that, you just split it up into the two separate guns. And come on, thigh swivel, there you go, play ball. Oh, and in case I didn't show you, looking from the back. So you can still store the weapons on the back. He has weapon storage, which I always love. Always love weapon storage. He's a neat little figure. I mean, I would like to see him show up in the cartoon so I can get attached to him and, you know, learn what his personality is, because at the minute, apart from him looking kind of cool and having these two guns, he has no personality. That's not being nasty, he's just got nothing to him. I can't get attached to him because I don't know who he is. He's just some generic robo. At least with the Blast Wave I went, oh, it's Bludgeon. But this guy, I have no idea who he is. That's all. You know what, there's a bit I missed in the vehicle mode, so I'm going to quickly transform him back, because he doesn't take long. And then I can do the size comparison, and all that good stuff. Transform him down, fold that down, press it on, because it kind of tabs into place, make sure these shoulders are down. The only problem with leaving the guns on when you're doing this is you can't move the arms as well. So when you're trying to tab them in, it gets a little bit in the way. But you can still perfectly well do it. It's probably best just to leave the elbows down and then use the little wriggling space to tab them in later. Oh dear. And then you bring them down and tap them into place, bring them down and tap them into place, and just for aesthetics, straighten up the vents so they look a bit nicer. Okay. Size comparison. He's kind of stumpy, he's kind of compact, but these were the old Universe figures, and I still didn't transform him properly. What's wrong with me? These are the old Universe figures, there's a lot more to them. But for a standard figure, he's probably about right. He's very light though. Feeling the two of them now, there's nothing. First, that was my first thought when I got him out of the packaging was, wow, there's nothing to him. And there's not, but he's not flimsy. He doesn't feel like he's going to fall apart. The bit I missed in this mode, you get the guns, and there's a port there, and a port there. So instead of just putting them on his wings, you can go, right, well, I'm going to put that in the nose, and put that on top. Because that's a thing that can be done. I know it would look better doing it the other way around, I was just being silly. So yeah, you can do that. And you can do that, or you can sideways because of the thing. You do that. And that still doesn't look any good, so just leave them on the wings. I know they don't look great on the wings, but you know, if you've got any of the Combiner Wars figures, you're used to just having huge weapons like the hand things hanging off the wings. So. But yeah, he's a nice little guy. He's neat. He's fun. I'm not emotionally attached to him. He's a nice figure. He is a nice little figure. But I don't know him. It's like going to meet some friends, and then going, oh yeah, this is Dave. You just hang with Dave for a minute. We've got to go and do something. See ya. And then they disappear for an hour. And Dave's a perfectly nice guy. You get on reasonably well and all the rest of it. When they come back, and you're like, why'd you leave me with him? I don't know the guy. That's what this is. It's a nice figure. It's a nice figure. It's cool. It's all the rest of it. I would like to get to know it better. You know, like to get to know the character if they bring him into the series or something. But I don't know this guy, so it's hard to get that last bit of commitment to it, which is a shame because it's good. The wing flippy transformation, I hope to see something similar to that in the future. You know, hopefully you can fold this back, fold the cockpit under for Seeker cockpit chest, and then fold the wings around. You know, or have that as some kind of gimmick automorph that does it all at the same time. I don't know, but that would be nice. But I don't know. There's nothing wrong with him. I just don't. I don't love the guy because I don't know him. Maybe I just need to get to know him better. Oh yeah. This mode, I would suggest landing gear. I'm not a fan of landing gear, but because there's not a lot of paint, and what paint there is right on the chest, I don't want to get scraped off. So, anyway, I don't want this to be a negative review because it's a really good figure. I just don't know the guy. And I'm just thinking, there's red on this edge of the wing, then this piece, which is a separate moulded piece. There's no red there. That's unfortunate. I'm not adding paint to the guy. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because I'll ruin it. I'm not touching it. Anyway, I should be ugly. I should be wretched. And I shall see all of you in the next one. Bye-bye.